Everybody, thanks for listening. I'm Jenny, I'm a life coach, and today I'm talking about energy leaks and things that drain our power. So, empaths are usually always highly sensitive people. And when you're highly sensitive, everything affects you more. So, good things affect you more, but bad things also affect you more. Energy draining things affect you more. Something that would drain someone else's energy a little bit is going to drain your energy a lot. And so a little bit goes a long way, both good and bad. And that's why we need to be really careful about the energy leaks that are in our life because we have a small window of tolerance for things like that. Um, so, one of the things that drains our energy is news and social media. Um, our nervous systems did not evolve to hear everything that is happening in every area of the world all of the time. Historically, our nervous systems were only equipped to deal with danger in our immediate surroundings that were directly affecting us. Um, and so, seeing all of this disasters and chaos and destruction on the news, on social media, while it is important to know, things that we can make a difference about, things that deserve national attention, international attention. We have to be very careful and selective about how and when we're consuming that information. Um, so, so the news and social media creates chronic dysregulation, and for most of human history, we didn't know if something was terrible was going on the other side of the planet. Uh, so now these big events are just constantly featured, and the news also exaggerates and embellishes things when they're not as big. And it's almost impossible to tell now what is a huge event, versus what is maybe not as serious, um, because the news just kind of exaggerates everything at this point to get more viewers. So now we're exposed to suffering, injustice, trauma almost all of the time. And this puts our bodies into a constant state of fight or flight. And when we're in fight or flight mode, we have less access to our empathy. We have less access to our intuition, to our inner wisdom, and to any kind of sense of calm. It causes a lot of polarities, divisiveness, resentment, and being constantly exposed to these things, we don't get to go back into a parasympathetic state. Our nervous systems do not get to find a place of calm. We start to view the world as completely unsafe and hostile. We view other people as being our enemies. And beyond just, tragedy and chaos and natural disasters, the other thing TV and social media does is it leads us to compare ourselves to others a lot more. And not even realistically, because people are using filters, they're using body editing apps, and all of these other things. Part of the human brain is wired to compare ourselves to others. It's just part of our genetic makeup. And however, this habit is basically guaranteed to make us unhappy. So the best way to leverage this annoying feature of the brain is to choose what you're comparing yourself to. And that is usually going to be the past version of yourself because empaths are very growth oriented people. And so if you are comparing yourself to the past version of yourself, that's usually a much safer option. So use yourself as the measuring stick. Look at how far you've come on your growth journey. And this helps to flip the mindset out of scarcity into abundance, which is great because the universe responds to gratitude. So, our nervous systems are stressed way beyond the natural capacity. We're exhausted, we're anxious, we're depressed, we're hopeless, we're resentful. Um, and so, just as important as it is to be connected to the world and what's happening, we have to keep that in balance with also disconnecting, with compartmentalizing. It's equally important to be disconnected, to be in stillness, to be with friends, to find those moments of peace in the chaos. Um, because we cannot change, there's so much that we cannot change. Um, but regulated nervous systems are contagious. And so there is a magical element to when your nervous system is calm, when your nervous system is regulated, that ripples outward. It's contagious. So then the people around you are going to start to feel calmer, and the people around them are going to start to feel calmer. So finding your peace is a very indirect way to affect larger change in a very unseeable, immeasurable, sort of magical way. So we cannot change anything around us if we're dysregulated and able to cope. Okay. Dysregulation is going to have us lashing out, shutting down, unable to see perspectives outside of our own. So changing the world starts with finding your own inner peace. And your body will thank you if you're able to find a way to do that. We also waste a lot of our energy on minutia, on giving too many fucks, on being perfectionists. Um, we try, so hard to do everything right and do everything perfectly and to be good people that there's no energy left to take care of ourselves or to create. Okay. And so another big part of this is going to be budgeting your fucks. Um, Kind of learn to accept that you can't ruin anything that is meant for you. Um, there was a book I read, I don't remember which book, but it was a social worker who was working with domestic violence victims. And in basically all domestic violence situations, the abuser does not get better. They don't stop abusing. And then one day she met one woman whose husband had stopped abusing her, and she asked the woman what happened, what made this man change. And what happened was the woman pulled a loaded gun on her husband. Okay, so I'm not telling you to pull a loaded gun on anyone, but the moral of the story is find your metaphorical gun, because whoever gives the least fucks has the most power. Okay. Um, so, one of the most beneficial traits in relationships and life is fearlessness, being nearly impossible to offend, and also finding the humor in the situation, finding the humor in the human experience. Uh, I- you may have had this experience where the less that you care about something, the more likely you are to get it. And so confidence comes from a comfort with failure. So paradoxically, the more comfortable you become with failure, the more likely you are to experience success. You gain confidence through action. Okay. Through making mistakes, getting comfortable with making mistakes. When you try something and risk failure, um, when you try something, you risk failure, but when you don't try something, you're ensuring failure. So it's important to just, look at action that way. You are risking failure by taking action, but if you're not taking action, you're ensuring failure. And risks are also where stories come from. Avoiding risk prolongs suffering. Avoiding action prolongs suffering. And action is where stories come from. And empaths love stories. Okay. We love interesting people. We love interesting stories, even if they're dark, even if they're messy. Okay. sometimes we love those things more. And so action is where stories come from. And that's another important reminder. If you believe in reincarnation, nothing really matters. None of this really matters. It's just choosing how to play the video game. Everything is temporary in a good way. And it's okay to make mistakes. You can choose your mistakes. You can make your mistakes with intention and on purpose, experimentally. Okay. And so mistakes are inevitable, but there's a lot of power in intentionally choosing your mistakes. Like, yep, this is probably going to be a mistake, and I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it for the story. I'm going to do it to see what happens. I'm going to do it for the experiment. Okay. I'm going to do it because I'm human and I need to push this button. All right. But choosing your mistakes intentionally is important. So, life really has no meaning. One day you and everyone you know will die, and beyond a very small group of people for an extremely brief period of time, little of what you say will do or ever matter. This is a quote from Mark Manson. This is not depressing, it is liberating. There is no excuse to be who you wish to be, not to love who you wish to love, not to live how you wish to live. Wanting a positive experience out of life is actually a negative experience. This is what's known as the backwards law. The universe sort of operates on reverse psychology, and it's only after you've lost all hope that you are free to live again. And so, another energy drainer here is hoping for other people to change. You've got to let go of the hope that other people will change. When you have lost all hope, you reach a stage of liberation. Losing hope doesn't mean they won't change, right? It doesn't sentence them to not changing. It just detaches you from someone else's outcome that you have no control over. So plugging energy leaks. Instead of thinking about what you need to do, think about what you need to get rid of, what you need to eliminate. If you focus on taking on less, you're more likely to accomplish more. Success doesn't come from taking every opportunity that comes your way. It comes from being selective about opportunities, selective about how you spend your time, selective about who you're around. It comes from deep focus on what matters most. It's being selective about the fucks that you give and saying yes to what really, really matters the most and no to what doesn't. And sometimes there's things that kind of matter in between, and you have to be selective with those things too, because you might be taking energy away from something that matters even more. So it's not as simple as what matters and what doesn't, but how much energy do you have and how are you going to budget it so the things that matter the most are getting the attention that they deserve. Drugs and alcohol, also big energy drainers. Drugs and alcohol, I get it because they give you a window into what's possible. They give you a window into these altered states of consciousness. And we as humans, we want to transcend ourselves. We want to reach those higher states of consciousness. Drugs and alcohol give you a window into those possible states, but they're like cheats, they're like shortcuts. And there are ways to get there without drugs and alcohol. It just takes a lot of work and a lot of painful healing work that most people are not willing to do. Self doubts are another big energy drainer. Self doubts are 100% true for exactly as long as you think them. So do not believe everything you think. Start to really question those limiting beliefs. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Start to question those limiting beliefs. Inauthenticity is a big energy drainer. Empaths actually do this a lot just to keep everyone else happy, to keep everyone else comfortable. We just tell people what they need to hear to stay happy. But this can be an energy drainer for not being honest. Denial, a toxic job, a toxic partner, Guilt, shame, self-criticism, these are all energy draining things. And also making the wrong things God, which just means overemphasizing the importance of certain things. This could be overemphasizing the importance of your work if you're a workaholic. It could be overemphasizing the importance of time if you're really impatient and always rushing and always too busy. Drugs and alcohol. A lot of people are making those things God. And so your homework for plugging energy leaks is going to be to make a budget for your fucks. Okay. Um, Pretend you've got 10 fucks to give. Okay. And then decide, what are you going to give those fucks to? What are the 10 very most important things in your life that you want to maintain and focus on? Um, and pretend you have an energy wallet, right? And there's only $10 in the wallet. And so what do you want to spend those $10 on? Because there's probably 20 things you would love to give your attention to, but you only have $10. And if each thing costs a dollar, you have to start picking and choosing where your fucks are going, where you're devoting your energy to. Okay. So that is your homework for today. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want more information, more products, more services, check out my website. The link's in the description. Thanks so much, everybody.